Incoming message. Welcome.
So things you've already done. I'm just tidying up this edge here where it needs it. And to be honest, it doesn't need it all that much, to be honest, but it needs to be done. So next we're going to just going to take a break from those for a second while we get the Wasdaka red out. I'm going to add some of this to the palette, and into that we're going to put some of this stone colour to really darken it up. I don't want it to look too red, you see. There we are, that should do it. I'll also add a little bit of this leather colour as well. There we are. I'm just going to wash my brush out because I don't particularly want to have water or paint ending up in the furrow. And then we're going to paint the entirety of this bag and strap that goes with it.
Program activated.
This is not going to carry on looking this colour, don't worry about it. Okay, so that's that bit. Next, we're going to be using, when I can find it, Administratum Grey. We'll add some of that. I don't want a great deal of this, so I'm just putting it on like this. I'm going to touch a little bit of the black into that for a small amount. I just want it to cover the boots that he's wearing. I'm going to go over this with a normal wash once I've highlighted it. But as I said, this is just over the boots that I'm doing this. Oh yeah, it's almost like a dry brush kind of thing. Oh yeah. Next, we're using an old favourite, Incubi Darkness. Hope you can see that. Yes. And we'll get a little bit of this on the palette. Again, we don't need much. And this, in much the same way as we did Erika Dolinsky, this is going to cover the whatchamacallit, the body armour he's wearing. So we've got 2 knee pads here. There we are. It's also going to go on the gun in various parts. So we'll start off with that bit and that bit. Some areas are going to remain black, but I want to try and make it stand out a little more. By doing it as this Incubi Darkness, because I do like this colour for highlighting black. In a situation like this, it does actually work really well, rather than using like a bluish colour. This is the right tint for certain things. The front and the top I'm going to do it like a dry brush. The back I'm just going to touch certain areas just to bring out the colour. In fact, I can just do it as a dry brush here as well, can't I? I'm not going to bother in there because you can't really see it. But there we are. That's where I'm going with that. And next, for his outfit, I'm going to use not that one. I'll give this a shake because I've not used it for a while. It's the Fang. We'll get there eventually with it. So we do want, oops, with this I'm actually using a brush that I'm painting with to apply it for some strange reason. Rinse the brush off, and then we can get in to this colour and start doing with this what we did to the coats, but this time on his clothing that is under the coat. every raised area we can do with this. There we go. And I can't remember what this used to be called. It was shadow or something, I think. Shadow grey, was it something like that? And you know, we're just touching on areas to bring details out. Again, as I said, I'm going to put black null and oil wash over these black areas. In a moment, and that's going to push these highlight areas. Going to push it right down, and then we can come back and highlight them even more. But I forgot about the grey that I put out earlier, and that I'm going to get as little of that on the brush as I can, and that is going on is her. And there's a lot of detail that can be picked out on this hair and this model. There we are. That's that done. Right. Wash time once more. And this time the wash, as I've just stated, is the null and oil when I can find it. Oh, it is, I don't have much of this left either. There we are, null and oil. So that's going on the trousers and boots. So I'll bang that in. So I'm just basically darken it all down, pick out shadows where they need to be, and push back the highlights that we've just applied. And then we can come and highlight a little more when it's dried. Now the idea is just to give it a nice little dry brush. It doesn't want it too heavy, just heavy enough to get into details and cover up the highlights. Then yeah, we'll also do the gun as well. There we are. And that's that for the wash there. Now we're going back into the skin, but we need to lighten it first off, and I'm going to use Spaceship Exterior to lighten it up. Oops, I just need to keep forgetting to give it a shake. So we'll shake it first of all, and then pop it on the palette. We don't need a great deal. So that is going in there, just to add a paler look to the skin, and also add a little bit, and I mean only a little bit, of the black to grey it a touch, and then more of the white. hopefully will do what I want it to do. Yes, it's just doing. Oh yeah. I hope you can see that. What's happening there? Okay, that will do the job for that bit. And now I'm going to add a touch, where is it? A touch of the dark stone, and then quite a bit of the spaceship exterior, and we'll wipe most of it off the brush. And we'll add it to the hair colour. I don't want it to look too grey, you see. I want there to be another colour mixed in there. There we are. Okay, so next we're going to add a little bit of the white into the incubator darkness. And we'll add this onto the gun. Just touch it here and there. We're not going too mad with it. There we go. And the same again on this side. Just like so. We're not, as I say, picking out every single detail, we're just giving a hint that there's something there. There we are. Now we can do the same thing, I think, with the body armour. It's just basically, you know, it's one of those things, but there's a phrase that you use for something that is risky. We say it's touch and go, and that's basically all we're doing here. It's touch and go, so we touch and go, and that's how we are highlighting these areas. There we are. And next, we want to touch it. We want the white in the fang. Once again, we are touching onto areas that we're trying to bring the light onto. Hope you can see that. There we are. Again, we don't want this everywhere, we're just picking out certain points. Like so, and then on there, on there, and on there. That will do the job for that. And next, we're going back into the dark stone and the white. There we go, that will do nicely. And we need to play about with highlighting the cape here. Keep saying cape, it's a coat. As you can see, I'm just doing little what's the word I'm looking for? Stipple effect on the coat, because it's much more of a subtle highlight than putting a very broad line on it. There we go. And that should be that. We need to just tap into there a little bit, just like so, and there we are. Now wash the brush and the white into the leather colour. Now some people do, when they're painting, highlight up to white, which is something I don't like doing. I prefer to leave it as the actual colour that we want it to be. And the colour we want it to be is basically like a tanned leather colour. And that will do quite nicely for what we want. Oops. I'll add a touch more whites into that because it's not as bright as I was hoping. There we are. That will do just nicely. And again with the stippling motion, we can pick out very subtle highlights where we want them. is exactly what we want, near enough. There we are. Happy with that. Next step is white into this colour that we mixed for the satchel. I'm going to add a lot of the white into this, and then I'm going to bring in some of the dark stone. And Inky by Darkness, just to, oh, let's bang a bit of the fang in there as well, just to change it slightly. Wash my brush out. And there we are. So we can highlight around this. There we go. There are a few of the canisters in that, so I am going to do them slightly different colour to what I'm doing for the actual, I'm calling it a satchel. It doesn't look like it's a satchel, it's like it's just a bit of leather or some form of material that's been folded and just used to store or carry the canisters around. So I'm going to do that there, and the next job is using a slightly paler red, which will be Evil Sun Scarlet. Ooh. Pop that open. Back some on the palette. And these will be painted in that colour. There we go. And now we can also do this. And the canister on the flamethrower. And I'm going to leave that middle bit for dark colour, I think. And from there, we're going to add a little bit of this flesh colour into the red. And spots of the white. Let's bang a load of colours in. going to just touch up here for a bit of a highlight on the canister and on top as well. And when I get some silver paint, I'll come back and do the rim of that silver. And then I'm going to just do a little bit of a highlight there, a little bit of a highlight there, and there, and there. There we have it. That's that done. And now before we do anything more, let's get some black on the go.
Program activated.
It looks a nice clean looking edge, and that's what we've got. That's the thing, if you always remember when you're painting minis or when you're painting pictures, painting is just an exercise in making adjustments. It's not a case of oops, made a mistake, have to correct it. That's not the mindset you need to be in when you're painting minis, when you're painting pictures, when you're painting anything. It's a series of adjustments, not a series of corrections. You don't do anything wrong, you just need to adjust one thing to make it look better. And if you can get that into your head, you've got painting down. But that is it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, as always, stay safe, and more importantly, take care, God bless, and bye for now.
Mission complete.